Hi you guys, welcome to another video. I know I haven't posted for several months, but I kind of got disenlightened with the process and I was like, oh, maybe some people aren't watching, but regardless, going forward, I'm going to put out my process of how a 19-year-old rising senior in college, is doing my budgeting process. We'll do a monthly net worth update and then we'll weekly do a budget together, and hopefully you guys just see this process, this patient and ongoing process of this financial journey, and see how it continues to build off of each other. So I just started my internship 2 weeks ago, so this is my third week, and it pays weekly for the next 10 weeks. And I should be expecting between, depending on how many hours I work, $400 to $600 a week, closer to that 600 if I work all 40 hours. But this is going to be my first paycheck that I did budget, and hopefully you guys get enlightened and you see like slow change is still change and it works out in the end. So we're going to start with my net worth update. So this is not based off of my paycheck. I wrote this down before I even started this summer internship, so I see what my end results are. So as of June 6, 2021, my net worth was $8,182. In my investing account, I have $3,729. And I know some people, they don't add their investments because, the growth changes overall. So what I did was I only included how much I initially deposited. So I initially deposited $3,729.14. But my account has grown $432 since I started the account. But we're not going to be based off of this because this number can fluctuate any day. But we will say this is how much I have invested as of right now. This is how much I have deposited on my in1 finance account. And I will link my portfolio down below if anyone wants to take a look at it. So my share savings account has $2,869 in it. And this year's savings is for my apartment. I am moving out in August. I'm really excited. I have two other roommates that I don't really know, but they seem like the energy is going to be amazing. I have a money market account, which has $995 in it, which is kind of like my emergency fund. I have an Easy Start certificate that expires June 21st, which is about 2 weeks from now. 3 weeks, maybe 3 weeks from then. And then that has 2,519, which I have told it to go back to this money market. So I'm excited for that to actually be at like 3,000 or 4,000, close to 4,000. And then this special certificate expires December 5th, 2021. So closer to Christmas, and that has $3,000 in it. So in total, my savings is $9,384. My total investments are $3,729. And now my debt, you guys, if you watch my other videos, which were like forever ago, I started my allergy treatment. This was what they were charging me with insurance. So they were just like charging me lump sum amounts. And that's what this ended up being to, and I've been trying to pay it down. But then something happened with my mom's job where the insurance was cut out. So this is how much they were charging me per visit now that I don't have insurance. And I said in the other videos I was going twice a week. Now I am only going once a week. So once a week I'll probably have to pay about $50. And then I'll show you guys how that has changed with my first budgeting paycheck. And then my student loan, I'm trying to put $50 every other paycheck. And it started at $3,500 and it's currently at $3,450. So I just started, didn't really make a dent in that yet. But my total debt is $4,931 and $85. So it might seem like, oh, you have about $13,113 in cash and investments that I can liquidize. But with the debt included, my net worth is $8,182, which isn't that bad at all for a 19-year-old. But I'm definitely working on it because I truly would like to see it at 10,000, or even like my goal is honestly like 20,000. So we can remove all my debt before I graduate from college in May 2022. That would be amazing. Okay, so next is going to be, this is how I'm going to be doing it from now on. I have a monthly overview and it's budgeted and actual. So I won't actually do it on this when I actually do my weekly budget. I do it on this at the end of the month, and we'll see were these goals met for apartment savings or were they not met. So I know for apartment savings, I just found out I'll be getting about $3,000 in school refunds from grants and scholarships per semester, and my apartment should cost $8,208. And as you guys saw over here, I have $2,800 saved up already. So to get to the $8,200 to pay for my apartment, all 12 months, including renter's insurance, I would need about $6,000. So my goal at the end of the summer is to have $4,000 saved, and then use $2,000 from each of my school refund to pay for the rest of my apartment. And of course, when the time comes to budget that money, you guys will see how it works out. In my long-term investing account, I want to budget $150 for the month, but I feel like that might be more, to be honest, at the end of the month, considering how much I'll budget each week. My Discover card, I had a remainder balance last month for $212, and I decided to go ahead and pay that off with my first paycheck because that was just way too much, considering the only recurring bill that I have on there is $7. I thought that was insane. My Apple is $48.88 because I bought an iPad and iPencil. BC stands for birth control. I don't have insurance, so birth control out of pocket is $44. And I use GoodRx, and they give you a discount. Business, I wanted to create a business website for $26 to sell my investing guide, and I have a mini starting your wealth building guide that I want to sell, and I wanted it to look more professional. And then this is my monthly budget. So this is going to be groceries 100, spending, eating out, gas, tithing, virtually 40. And I thought I was going to do cash envelopes, you guys. But then I realized I don't leave the house. So there would be no reason for me to get cash envelopes. And then everything I do is virtually. So what I think I'm going to end up doing is this equals up to, this is 160, 260 in total. It might come from this Discover card every month. And I think I have, my Discover card allows, my balance on my Discover card is $3,000. So using 10% would be $300. So it could work out for me to use $260 when my 10% credit limit is $300 on this card. But we'll see how that goes in next week's budget video, or at the end of this week's budget video. And then I have these sinking funds. My apartment decor already had $400, but I spent $200 on bedding. So now I have $200, but I kind of want to add to it so I don't cheat myself or try to be so cheap when I move in. No, this is my first time moving out into my own apartment. I truly want to decorate really good. And then we have student loan. We're going to make a $50 payment, of course. Allergy, make the $50 payment. And this might be split 25-25 between both of those payments, the insurance and without the insurance, or this might be done double. These two might be double each month. We'll see at the total actually at the end of the month. So our week 2 budget. So I got $191 from the school, from the HERE Act funding that I guess they had leftover funding. And then my internship paid me $442 for the first week, which I didn't work the full hours. I only worked 30, so that's why that's that. And I prioritized the highlighted areas. So all my savings and investments, I was like, I don't want to focus on that. I need to figure out, I need to pay this big debt off, which I did. And I put little notes here to rationalize everything I did. So pay off Discover, so that the only recurring payment is Prime, Amazon Prime, which is $7, which is due on July 8th. And so I won't have no stress about paying this $200 over time anymore. I was going to do my business. I was going to buy birth control, but I decided against that. And then for business was $26. I misplaced that. I decided against it, but budget was $280. I paid my student loan, and I decided against business because my allergy bill. So this, let's go back. You guys see how this is $1,434.25. I paid $34.25. I wasn't supposed to pay that. And then I paid $47.60. So this account I didn't owe on. So when we come back over here, that's why I added $34.25, $47.60. It was $81.85. And originally I was only supposed to pay $60. So I over budgeted there, and so I had to take away from somewhere else, and that was for business. So remainder on account is 938. But how this works out is that let's go back. Sorry about all this flip flopping. Okay, so this student loan will now be $3,400, which means we're going to add 50 to this balance. So now we're at about $8,200 in net worth. And then we paid this off, which is another 50, close to 50. So we just added $100 to my net worth. And that is what paying off debt does. It increases your net worth. Well, paying off your debt can increase your net worth, or if you have a negative net worth, it can bring it back to, it can make its climb back to a positive value. And you want a positive or greater than zero net worth. And that's the goal. So trying to reduce debt as best as I can this summer, while also saving to afford my apartments. Because one thing this pandemic has taught me, I be trying to be superwoman at such a young age, stressing myself out. And I know all through high school and my first year of college, I worked. And in this pandemic, this being a year virtually, I was like, I don't know how I was working and going to school full time. It seems extremely unrealistic. So my last year of school, I don't want to work. But so I don't want to work, so I want to have this apartment covered. And then with my school, the rest of my school refund that's not going towards the apartment, go to groceries. And if anything, I just find a little side hustle to have some spending money. And then hopefully before Thanksgiving break, I'll have a full-time job offer. But of course, I'll keep you guys updated on the process. Have a great week. And this is Monday, so hopefully everybody started this week amazingly. Goodbye, everybody.